Hey everybody, it's Jen from Vine Styles. I hope you're doing well and that you're staying safe. We're going to do another feature today because it's Friday and it's always fun. Fun day Friday, feature day, fun day feature Friday. Okay, all right, so let's just jump right into it. So we're going to be doing a Beaujolais Village. The Beaujolais Village is a middle tier between the Beaujolais AOC and the Beaujolais Cru wines there. The Village tends to be wines that are part of a commune area and tend to have a better quality of land as well. The commune is from Quinçay and Latinay. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm still working on pronunciation. The wine we're going to be trying today is from Jean-Marc Lafont and his wife Annick, and their whole domain, which is the Domaine Bel-Air. When a couple of guys who were up no good started making trouble in my neighborhood, I got in one little bite, my mom got scared, said you're moving to your auntie and uncle in a town called Bel-Air. Well, that was embarrassing. So these Beaujolais grapes are made from 100% Gamay, and not like just one thing. There's a lot of clones of Gamay, and this is made with the OG grape of Gamay, so Gamay Noir Jus Blanc, which I believe means like, so it's the black Gamay grape, but with the pale flesh, like the pale juice. So these wines tend to be medium bodied to kind of light bodied. That's why this one sits in our elegant section, and they tend to have a really good acidity and are very easy to drink. The grapes for this commune were sitting on southwest facing slopes. And what that does, it tends to get the evening sun, and the evening sun is warmer than the morning sun, and so it helps with ripening and it helps with sugar accumulation so that these grapes aren't over acidic. These are also from 50-year-old vines, meaning that we were talking about last time. It helps with the yield, so smaller yields, which concentrates the flavor. Very typical for this region. Carbonic maceration is basically what Beaujolais is famous for, and what that means is that the grapes are hand harvested, gently brought back to the winery in whole clusters, so still on the little grapevine area, and then they're placed into vats where they undergo something called carbonic maceration, or this one in particular is a semi-carbonic maceration. And that means that it undergoes an intercellular fermentation. So within the berry grapes themselves, it starts to ferment, and a little bit of ethanol starts to form, and then trace amounts of flavor and aromatic compounds start to form, kind of getting notes of like a Hershey sort of note, very light fruit, kind of almost like a bubblegum sort of note. On with the tasting! On with the tasting! Okay, all right, so now let's try it. I'm cutting below the second lip here on the bottle. Reason being is because back in the olden days, the foil part used to be made out of lead. This is what I'm told. And if you cut at the top part here, when you would pour, it would still have trace amounts of lead, and it ended up poisoning people. That's a history thing. It's not happening now. Foils are now made out of, I think, aluminum or something else. But yeah, so now it's like tradition to cut around the second lid, or the second lip. Fun facts! Fun facts from Jen! Oh, I poured too much. It's a ruby sort of color, but with notable flecks of kind of like a purple note to it, which is not uncommon for this grape. Oh, another fun fact, because I'm full of them. Gamay is a baby between Pinot Noir and a white grape that's like super obscure called Gouais Blanc, I believe. So that's another really cool thing about the Gamay grape, that it's a cross between a black and a white grape, which would make sense to its light tannin structure and the lightness of this wine. So it's not as punchy like the last wine that we tried, where when I opened it, it was like just crazy aromas were coming out. This is a little bit more, has a little bit more like finesse and delicateness to it. I like that black currant, that blackberry note, a lot of like those black sort of notes. I get some vanilla on there, and I definitely get that Hershey bubblegum sort of note to it. Kind of like a sweet, like, I don't want to say sweet, it's not really sweet, it's more like that smell of confectioner sugar, but it's not sweet. Once again, flowers on there, but it's more like a lilac sort of note to it. Like a maraschino and a black cherry. Yeah, fun, cool. Oh man, that's so cool. So the one thing about this wine that I really like is that it definitely smells very black on the nose, like a lot of that beautiful black ripeness. And then on that palate, it definitely has a little bit more of that red sort of note to it, and I'm going to attribute that to the great acidity on this. So these are the notes that I get for this wine. I get that black currant on the palate. I get red cherry. I get a maraschino cherry in there. I get a blackberry. I get a tomato leaf, and I get like a black licorice sort of note to it. It's really cool. And it's very light. So I have a great acidity on there. So I would say like a medium plus. So not like a super acidic wine where it just like makes you drool. Like I found like the other one actually made me drool a little bit more. This one is just like a very pleasant acidity. Like I could just sit here and drink it super easy. The tannins are very light. There's a slight grip, but other than that, like it's super, super yummy. Okay, that's it. That's the end. That's our tasting. Cheers, guys! I hope you take advantage of this really awesome deal. 25% off a Beaujolais Village, which is the fancy schmancy wine of Beaujolais. And I hope you get a chance to try it. It's so versatile. It's good with the girls, out for lunch, a food wine. It has like that beautiful tomato leaf note to it that would go well with food, as well as just like a freshy, Hershey sort of note to it. And I'm excited for you guys to try a wine that has carbonic maceration on it. Blah, blah, blah. I can't speak. I'm sorry. Okay. But take a look.